Alright, so I do these, this is John Regler, and I do these educational screen shares. I used to put my face in the corner, as is the way of most people who are interested in increasing their profile and connecting with the audience. However, I really don't want to do that, and so I'm not going to do that anymore. But you know what? I'm going to show you things on the screen. Okay. Now, in a previous video, I actually put a picture of Marilyn Monroe on the screen instead of my face. Or I've tried to use a train video, train soothing things. But you know what? I think that is a certain group of people out there who don't need that. And those are the people that I really want to connect with, people who are really interested in what I'm saying. And if and I would say this also would encourage people who have something to say and have something to show, that to not feel like they have to plaster their face on the screen somehow to connect with their audience. And so anyway, that's my little rant about that. Okay, so we are looking at Polygon Scan, and this is the Spork token. And this is a block explorer for the Ethereum compatible EVM token, which is called Polygon. It used to be called Matic. And the reason why I like Polygon is a Polygon transaction, such as this, all of these that say stake, are different transactions from different people. And the cost to do this transaction is significantly less expensive than the cost of Ethereum. So for someone as myself who's interested in this as a data system, right? And by the way, anybody who has seen an interest in NFTs or inscriptions or ordinals or anything like that, you too see this as a data system. So anybody that sees this as a data system should have a concern for transaction cost, because the more transactions you can have, the better you can interact with the system. It only stands to reason that if you can only afford 2 transactions a year, then you're not going to interact with the system to the same degree that somebody who has more. Now, in this world of Polygon, though, I want to come from here to show you to do something myself with the contract which I wrote. And actually, this one only I can write to it this way, only my user ID. Now, and I have a special way to find it because I can sort of find my ID. The trick is that I know that I have sent. See where that popped up? I have sent transactions to this null address, and it's called a null address or an unspendable address because no one has the key to this. And if they, you can literally make up any string of numbers and characters, and if it's the right length, and you can send it to anything you want. So this could actually map to a word. Programmers could embed a word in there, and that's something that I do too sometimes. But this is a special address, and to me, this is the table of contents. So then I can come look. Look, it's been 42 days since somebody did something with this, and look, guess who it was? It was me. Okay, so now that's a shortcut way for me to get to my address from there, and then I can see the different things I have done. For example, here is where I staked that Polygon, that Spork transaction 9 days ago. I couldn't have easily found it on that other page because it was not because there's one coming out every minute or so. Okay, so that's kind of how all this fits together. And I have my own code which I can use to read and write to this, but I am going to actually do something. I'm going to call this, and this is double O. See, it starts 007. I remember that. I call this Jethro. That's the name I've given to this contract because it's a joke, okay? Maybe I'll explain it to you one day, but not right now. So, this contract, through this interface, I can read and write to it. And I can go to my contract, which I call Jethro, and here uh, you can see all of the details about it. You can see my old email that I used to use, my name, the name that I used to call it before I decided to call it this, and exactly what it does. And it's not very long. It's not very long, but there is this part in here where I will send you a message. Only the owner, and that's me, can run at least this part of it. And when I say this part, I mean specifically, I am going to call a smart. I'm going to call a smart contract. Right. This is a smart contract function. Let's say. First thing I want to do is connect to my MetaMask wallet, and hopefully you see that pop up. Okay, and that's right here. If you click here, you'll be able to see that as well. Um, you know, it'll pop up and interface with you. Okay, now see it's green, so it now shows that I'm connected, and in fact I am connected to as my user, right? So it understands that. See, I am the creator, right? And so it's going to allow me to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a piece of code into this. I'm always building this. And so it is both a database and um, really a programming language, or not. I put vanilla JavaScript into here. Okay, so that's what we see here, and the JavaScript I've actually have it going over here, and this is the body of it. So I'm going to call it magicHydrator. That's the name I've decided. I had a different name earlier, but I think I like this one better. And so let's see. Let's find it again. And under artifact, that's what I'm going to paste. I'm going to paste magicHydrator as the name, and then the body of this thing is all of this down to where it says return at the bottom, and looks like it goes a little bit further than the screen, so let's do this. Right, that is the whole thing from here to here. This is magicHydrator, and it's got some comments in there, and you can see it in action over here on the side. So I'm going to just copy this, and again, I can write this from here. I don't always have to go to this site, but right now I am. It's just easier sometimes. This is a kind of a universe of stuff. There's many different ways to do things. Okay, so it looks like it kind of spread it out like that, but that's you know, that's the body. And then if I say write, I should see, and sometimes MetaMask will pop up, but sometimes it gets backgrounded for some reason. So if I click there, then it pops up, and then it's saying, okay, it's estimating that it'll cost 2 cents, 2 cents to write this, and then here is all of this converted into a format that it can understand. That's the actual transaction format right there. You can see that. And that's something that I'm used to looking at, and a lot of people are used to looking at. And so it sort of informs how I deal with this, right? This, I can tell you what that is. I can tell you what the different parts are. I could even probably dig out different characters or whatever. And so I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I can look back at the details now and hit confirm. Oops, hit confirm, and it is on its way. It's pending, and it gives me an option to speed it up. Looks like it says it's confirmed now. So if I say view my transaction here, looks like it's going to open up another window. And indeed, it is now, it is already written into a block. And I can, let's see, from to, oh, it hasn't been written yet. Okay, it says it will be reflected in a short while. So there we go. The short while is over. Now we have 3 confirmations. And so this is what I get for my 2 cents. This code right here is written into the Polygon ledger forever. And if I wanted to update it, I could make a change to it and do this again, and it would use the latest version. It would pull up the latest name there. But that is my transaction, and you can, let's see what it looks like. If I look at the details, see this? Does this look familiar? Right, this was the things I was showing you just a minute ago. This part right here was sort of stuck down there, and then, you know, I promised that I knew how to read what all that is and what all this is. This is obviously the body of it. There's zeros at the end. So let's decode this. Let's see what happens if we say that. And lo and behold, you see magicHydrator is now written into the contract. And I could come back here and let's see. I could run something. Load utils. I'm going to load magicHydrator, I think, right? And maybe that worked, maybe it didn't. But that's sort of how it works, right? And let's see. This is the old name of it. So magicHydrator. Unexpected string. Well, I'll have to see. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But trust me, it does work. And I'm not editing this out because I'm not selling my services. Okay, so let's move on to what this thing does, right? But what does magicHydrator actually do? Well, it takes this input right here. It has these different symbols in it. Now these aren't valid in JavaScript, and you pass it a string of some sort, and it like in this case, looks like it was just the letter F. So then it changes that to this, and it allows it to be executed. So that's it. That's that function. Like I say, you see it right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's make sure I got my string exactly right. Maybe I didn't do that exactly right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now I'm interested. So let's see. If I say contract dot map. Let's try that. This is the simpler function to pull it back, right? And that shows a promise pending. See, and then it shows the results here. So there's something different with this other one. It did a little extra step, but there it is. And in JavaScript, you can just sit here and you can, once you know the stuff, you can, let's see, so that's probably, you can do that. I can say, I can make it pop up over here on this side of the screen. Let's see. I'm going to say, how about that? Let's see if that works. There you go. See, shows it up over here. So I feel like in some ways I'm redeemed. I know you guys were like, gosh, John, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Turns out I do. Turns out I do. Anyway, so this is the end of this. If you made this through without seeing my happy little face, then that means you actually care about what I'm talking about, which is awesome. Which is awesome, okay? Feel free to connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on, YouTube. I guess I can put this on YouTube. I'll stick it wherever it fits, right? Hey, you guys have a good day.